we go. We're starting on a good note. Go live. Come on. Come on. We can do this. And we are live. Yes. Hello. Hello. Ugh, my voice still sounds terrible. I don't care. I'm here. I'm not as sick. I know you guys kind of missed me on Wednesday because I was dead from this upper respiratory bullshit. And I'm here now. I'm getting better. So, yeah, thanks for joining, everybody. It's good to hear. And I have a really special guest to my right. Mr. Lovely, the luscious, very, very luscious Vaping with Ken. What's going on, buddy?
Hello.
Hey.
I'm doing pretty good there. I'm trying to not sneeze. I'm trying to.
And now you're just doing the.
There we go. Yeah.
I don't even know what face that would be, to be honest.
Makes the eyes water, man. I tell you. How's it going?
Or it's the fake look when you're right about to sneeze, and then you're like ready just to let loose, and suddenly you just gone. You're just sitting there like, what? What just happened?
Oh yeah. It's sneezing is an art form.
It's glorious sometimes. I just let loose and I don't really even care. So guys, how does my audio sound? I know I've been having audio issues by past couple streams. Thumbs up or X1s if I'm doing okay, or just say I'm doing okay. I don't really care. As long as it's coming out good on your guys' end, that's all I care about. Because I want you guys to have good quality content to listen to or watch, and not have me be messing up because I don't know how to run OBS or having shitty hardware. So yeah, why don't we just go over what we're vaping on really quick before we get into the whole shebang of what we're here for. Ken, why don't we go over what you're vaping on really quick, my friend?
Alrighty, we can do that. So here's what I'm vaping on today, in no particular order or favoritism. So I got the Dragon Ball, or the Elder Dragon, or the Ryujin, whatever you want to call it. Single coil RDA sitting on top of the topside dual.
Dual.
Got the Zeus X sitting on top of the Vaporesso Lux, or Lux A, or whatever you want to call that. Got a fun little setup here that is not color matching at all. The Freemax Mesh Pro with the quad coil sitting on top of the Aegis Legend.
Nice, nice.
I got my Drop Dead sitting on top of a Saint Mechmot.
Is that patina or? Well, that's just the one. That's the NVE one, right? That came blue.
Yeah, it's the electric blue one.
Okay,
from NVE.
that one was dope.
Yeah. Then I got the Trinity Alpha from Smoke, which I'm pleasantly surprised with and loving.
Is that their newest pod, or?
Yeah, it's their like, a lot of people call it like the they obviously you can tell that they kind of copied a style as a word, but it uses Nord coils, and with a 0.6 in there you get a really good tight direct to lung.
I've heard really good things about the Nord coils, to be honest.
Oh, they're great. They're actually really, really good.
Is that all you got?
One more.
You got to take a quick vape off it too.
Just got this last night in the mail. I have the Owl starter kit, Mad Kit. So Owl Sub-Ohm tank with their little stick that takes 21700.
That's dope. It's nice to see starter kits coming with 21700s. They might be a little bit bigger, but if you get a 40T in there, the battery life is probably fucking amazing.
Yeah, I got the eFest battery in here right now. That's doing damn good.
Well, yeah, there probably has a decent mod in there. So I know is it a set wattage or voltage, or is it adjustable?
It's non-adjustable. It's just from your battery full strength down to low kind of thing. You can go down to a 0.1 on it, but I think it stops at a certain wattage. But I'll tell you, the 0.2 coil that I have in here right now with the tank, it's a very nice warm vape, very flavorful.
There you go. Is that all you got? Awesome.
That is all I had with there.
Awesome. I'll go kind of quick. Not really, because I have a lot of shit set up. First of all, I'll go off with my black electroplated Dreamer with the Rebirth on top. DHD chop top on there. I forgot which one this is. I thought it was a lava one. I don't know. It looked good, so I decided to put it on there. Inside of there, I got some Jam Monster Grape. And then what else? I got the most weirdest looking setup I have together right now, because it just doesn't match at all. It's just very expensive mod with very non-expensive addy. I got my Lazy Vapor DNA 75C 21700 with the Elder Dragon on top. It just looks like it doesn't work at all, but I'm really, really enjoying this Elder Dragon. It's just flavor in your face, and it's relatively easy to build on. I can't stand the fucking look of this damn thing. It just looks odd.
Yeah, that's why I gotta call it like a Dragon Ball type thing. To me,
Yeah.
I just Dragon Ball.
Yeah, I'm not fond of the look, but I'm really fond of how it vapes. So I'm just gonna leave it at that. What else do I got? Oh yeah, inside of there I got some Buzzberry from Moon Mountain. Loving this stuff almost towards the end of it. And then what else? I got my Copper Keen. Finally polished this guy up last night. And my Kennedy 25. Rocking that. Forgot how much I love the Keen. And inside of there, I got some boosted intercooler. OG stuff right here. Some old intercooler with like the OG labels and everything before all the compliance and all that stuff. And then, of course, rocking. Whip. I didn't mess up this time. My Dull Dime. Number, I think it's 42. I keep on forgetting what number I am. 41. I was off one. With the bonds on top. Got the drip tip that I got with my Rebirth, which just makes it match pretty damn well. And inside of there, I got some Ice Monster Melon Colada. Trying to get on a little bit menthol-y, hopefully to clear up my sinuses a little bit, even though it's not menthol, it's just the cooliness helps a little bit. And then finally, I got my everyday I have to make sure it's like in my sight at all times, because I cherish this thing. I got my Asthma Tormund with the recoil roll on top, DHD macaron tip. And inside of there, I got some Transistors Foster. Some Bananas Foster, and I love the shit out of this stuff. And then, of course, I got my Zero that just sits around whenever I need that Nick Salt fix. With some the Crumbs Drops. This is the Flaky French. Some pretty good stuff in there. And that's all I got. Yeah, so why don't we kind of get into why Mr. Vaping with Ken is here today. You guys all know what I do on this show on Saturdays. I kind of bring people in, and I want them to tell their story of how they got into vaping, and kind of just let everybody know what their vaping journey was, because as you guys know, everybody started differently. Nobody out there started the same. So it's cool to see different perspectives on what people think on different things. So, of course, highly respect this guy over here. Good friend. Was able to meet him finally at MV. Got the best hug of my life. Might have touched my butt a couple times, but I loved it. 3 times? Okay, yeah. So, yeah. Ken, first of all, before we go into your story, tell us how long you were a smoker for.
Oh, God.
I know.
I started when I was 18, so about 13 years.
13 years. How old were you when you started?
18.
18 years old?
Day I turned 18.
And what would you say got you into smoking cigarettes, to be honest?
Well, one of it was like, I'm 34, so going off that mentality, like, back when I was a kid, smoking was still considered cool. It was like the thing that you'd see on TV and movies, and it was okay. It was still considered okay. And I was curious. My mother smoked, my father smoked, my stepdad smoked. So it was just one of those, I bought a pack to see what it was like. And I started off as a social smoker, waiting for the school bus type of thing.
Yeah. Because I remember for me, it was like when I started smoking, like in middle school and all that stuff, I used to right after school, as I'm walking home or walking to a friend's house, used to bum my friend's cigarettes, and used to go off that, or get the cigarettes my friends that were of age or was able to snag from either my brother or my parents that were of smoking age, was able to get hold of their cigarettes. So it's just crazy thing with that. So let's get on to the real thing here. What got you into vaping? Let's see. How were you introduced? Would you say, what was your first setup? All that. Let's hear it all. I want to hear it all. I want to know it all. And I think everybody watching wants to know as well. Okay.
So I'll go by technically here. The very first time I ever vaped was about 10 years ago. And it was back when I was in college, and I was doing I was with the radio station at the time, so I had a morning show that I was doing, and we got contacted by a local e-cig company. And they're like, we'd like to come on and talk about it. I was like, okay. I cleared it with the college. They're like, sure. I mean, you're not lighting up cigarettes, are you? And they said no, so it's whatever that was. And they were like a long black stick with the little red light that, resembled ash. The little cartomizer days. Back when it was like with water and like Dr. Pepper flavors and all that. And I tried that for like 2 weeks. I was like, nope, I'm going back to smoke. So fast forward, tried it again about 6 years ago. And that was right when they were switching from silica wicks over to cotton. So cotton coils wicks. And still a variable voltage. And didn't do it for me then. And then the third time was I was smoking 3 packs a day, working at a call center for a cable company. So, I mean, if you don't smoke 3 packs a day, you're probably going to jump out a window. But the thing was, I was dating a coworker at the time, which no one should ever do. And we both talked about, possibility of quitting smoking. And we were like, okay, so we've tried the gum, we've tried the patch, we've tried all this stuff, we've tried medications. None of it ever worked for us. Why don't we try vaping? And at the time, there was a shop that was offering a deal where if you traded half a pack of cigarettes, you would get a free kit. And it turned out to be an ego kit. And I was like,
a lot of shops did that. A lot of shops did that.
It didn't work for me. I was like, that little thing is not going to work. I've tried it before. So ended up getting the very first iJust. So that, and I still wanted to get laid. Because she was like, you know what, if you don't quit smoking with me, no more sex. I'm going, okay, well.
You got me there.
Healthy alternative.
Poontang.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's awesome.
I was thinking with both heads.
But which one had more say-so is the real thing.
At the time, the third one. I'd have to go with the third one.
That's a lot of questions right there.
Oh, sorry, the third leg. Yeah.
It's called. Oh my! It's like a baby's arm holding an apple.
Yeah, good times. Good times.
It's like, yeah, I'm leaning forward and I'm not even using my legs.
Yeah, pretty much.
Call me.
Can't do that anymore. Stomach gets in the way. I have that thing called dick do.
Dick do?
Yeah, dick do. It's where your stomach turns the corner before your dick do.
No, there's a funny thing where there's a restaurant out here. Like probably like a half hour from me. It's like right off of the Fox River. And when it's your birthday, they give you a shirt. It's like a Dicky Doo shirt. It's when your stomach reaches out farther than your Dicky Doo. And my dad wears it because we took him there for his birthday one time. And it was the funniest thing because they, like, everybody got around. They made him freaking put it on in the middle of the restaurant. Everything was the funniest shit ever.
I like that.
So yeah, back to that. So, what would you say is the one thing that made you stay with vaping? That when you first started getting onto vaping, were you one of those people who tried it for a little bit and then thought it wasn't for you and then went back to smoking? Or were you like a dual user at one point, or did you get to the point where you found that one setup that you're like, I'm good?
I think for me, like the first 2 times I tried, I just wasn't ready to quit smoking. I was one of those people who actually enjoyed smoking. And then the third time rolled around, I'm like, okay, I don't like waking up in the morning, having my lungs feel like an ashtray and coughing up cigarette butts, fishing them out of beer cans, forgetting that I just, put it out inside a can of Coca-Cola, then I go take a drink and, that was bad. So for me, when I decided to make the switch, I actually smoked the rest of the cigarettes that I had in my pack that day. And then just said, nope, not going to buy any more cigarettes, stuck with it. And I was using 12 milligram freebase for it took about 4 months. 3 months was just for me to get rid of the cravings of cigarettes. Like every single day I wanted a cigarette. And I was going through liquid left and right, just like trying to get that same throat hit that I got from a cigarette. Then one day I woke up and I was like, I don't crave a cigarette anymore. This is wonderful. I like these flavors. Let's keep going. What else is there? Because all of a sudden there's like this whole world that just opens up for you. there's things like people are dripping, people are using tanks, and the time that it finally took hold for me, I think, was just because it was sub-ohm, was just coming out, and that's what worked for me.
Though I think you can probably agree with me on this one. That first day where you wake up and then you're not craving a cigarette, it's the weirdest thing you've ever felt. To me, that was one of the weirdest things I've ever felt, because every day used to me waking up and like, okay, I need a damn cigarette. Like, I can't. It's like how people are when they start their day, they can't have their coffee. For me, it was, I can't start my day until I have my morning cigarette.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, you wake up that day and you're like, I don't want a cigarette. I can go for my vape, but I don't have to because I'm not craving nicotine right at this moment.
Mm-hmm.
And then 5 minutes later, I'm like, nope, okay, I still want nicotine, but I don't want a cigarette. I'd rather have a root beer or, the peach O-ring flavor. That's what I started off with, was a menthol peach O-ring.
Mm-hmm.
So then I was like trying root beers, and this is back when, stores were still able to do the house blends.
Or like the house juices, where a lot of the shops like just made the freaking juice in the back room with just jugs of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, like every shop. I mean, since this is Washington State and Seahawks were really big at the time, for us at least, where we actually started carrying again. But every single shop had their own version of Skittles, but every single shop called it Beast Mode.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, it's just we're going, okay, you got Skittles? Yes. What's it called? Beast Mode. Oh, next shop, Beast Mode. You just walk into any shop. Can I get some Beast Mode? Sure, here you go. What's it taste like? Skittles.
Yeah, man, So what would you say that when you got on to being able to, okay, you were in the situation where I can stay on vaping, did you have like a specific setup that made you think that, yep, this setup can keep me off cigarettes? Was there a specific one, or was it that ego?
It was, okay,
iJust?
So the iJust was a piece of crap. The chip malfunctioned and burnt out within like 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
So every 0.5 coil that I put in there, it would literally burn the coil. It would just scorch it. So I switched it out, and what worked for me was they switched it out with, let's see if I can remember here. The Aspire. Oh God, it's right on the tip of my tongue too.
Down the tippy tip.
Yeah, that's the problem. It was an Aspire tank with the CF sub-ohm battery stick.
Okay.
And that worked for a little bit, but the one that really worked for me was the setup of a Smoke R80 with the Atlantis V2.
The Atlantis. Oh, those Atlantis tanks were legends.
Oh, they were great. I still have one, and I pop it out every once in a blue moon.
Well, yeah, because it's like how people like Grim has the retro vape. Everybody does like their different style of a retro vape, and the Atlantis is literally one of the retro of retros when it comes to, because that's when you think of sub-ohm and you think of the Atlantis tanks, you think of the Atlantis coil heads.
Yeah.
I mean, because they were universal with so many different tanks that came out after that.
Yeah, and it was really the Smoke R80 and the Atlantis that really kept me on going down the path that I was going.
And would you say that the menthol peach rings was the flavor that got you off, or was there a specific flavor that you're like, yep, this is it?
At the time, yeah, there was a specific flavor, and I completely forget the brand name. They're no longer even in existence.
Yeah.
And I found it because we went out I found this in a smoke shop in Port Angeles. Port Angeles is like a very small town, no vape shops, no nothing like that. Just found a smoke shop that sold vape stuff. So we were like, okay, let's try this. And it was a really, really good, like, flan bourbon.
I can always go good with some bourbon flavors.
Yeah. And it was like a really nice balance. It was 50-50, so not a lot of cloud, but you got a good throat punch. And I was at a 6 at the time, so it was working great for me. And I've been after that flavor ever since. And I finally found it, though, just by a different company.
Mm-hmm.
So I've kind of replaced it, and I'm happy with it now.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Gold Leaf, it's called Dawn.
I've heard of Gold Leaf. What the hell is it? Oh, crap. They made something that was very...
Hooch.
Yeah, hooches. That's the hooch banana, yeah. That's what I wanted to try.
Yeah.
I definitely want to try.
It's actually pretty good.
Yeah. Because it's hard to get those banana flavors that don't taste like fucking runts, and that just bugs the shit out of me. Because you're looking for like, oh, yes, this is going to be an awesome banana flavor, and then you just get that freaking banana runt flavor, and you're just so disappointed.
Yeah, I mean, like sometimes though, I like the runts flavor. Just I like that little extra sweetness because I'm one of those like I love banana runts. Like if I could get a bag of banana runts and nothing else, I'd be happy. I'd be like, yep, no, that's cool. I will just have this bag of banana runts and I'll be happy. But with the real banana too, I think like before hooch, it was from Kilo the banana almond milk.
Yeah, that was their part of the Moose series, I think, right?
Yeah, it was it was part of the new series. Yeah,
Yeah, because I think I have the coffee milk one. That one's pretty good. So it's like, yeah, when it comes to coffee flavors, that one probably is like one of the only ones I've been able to like stick on because I'm not really a coffee drinker too, so it's like when it has to be, if it's a coffee vape, it has to be mixed with something else.
Mm-hmm.
So otherwise, I bet you if I was into coffee, I'd be freaking all over coffee vapes, but that's not the case.
Well, I mean, that's a wonderful thing too. So that it's like you can, with vaping, it's like so much. You can pair different flavors with whatever you're doing for the day.
Yeah, like
if I'm having coffee, I'm gonna have a fried maple donut from Artist. That's what I do, and it pairs really well together. I drink black coffee though, so no sugar, no milk, no nothing.
Or it's like how like different companies come out with specific juices for the seasons that are in. Like you notice during the winter, shops will start carrying more desserty, like I would say savory as well, just for like because something you want to make you feel like the comfort kind of thing. With winter, you're trying to be bundled up and all that stuff, and then during the summer and spring and all that time, you get all the fruity flavors, you get more of the menthol flavors, you get more of the drinks, the sodas, all that kind of stuff.
Yep.
And
there's one company that does the I forget what they're called, but they're really popular as far as coffee flavors go. And if you buy the 60 ml, it comes with an actual coffee cup, like little lids on them. I forget the name, but during the wintertime, during seasonal, they actually release a pumpkin spice latte flavor.
If it's the company I'm thinking of, because I don't know, my good friend of ours in the Discord, Mr. E, the Everyday Vapor, has a juice company called Grindhouse, which I'm not a coffee fan, but if you enjoy coffee, guys, you got to get your hands on his Americano, because from all what my friends tell me, if you like coffee, it's the perfect fucking coffee vape for you. So anybody watching, go to his Instagram, Eat Every Vapor. I think he has a link to his Facebook group on there as well, to where you can go and actually purchase Americano. Or if you can watch the Green Room, he is a sponsor of them, and you might, if you tune in for that, James and Sean, you might actually be able to win a bottle of that, which will be even better.
There we go.
So yeah, that's a great thing. Well, I got a couple people in chat here that I haven't seen before that I'm actually glad of. Mr. Black Cat White Face, my man. Finally you're showing up in here. Nice to see you. Nice to see you. It's Mr. Scotty. And then we got Charlie too. Look at that. The duo is here. I just got done watching their hot tub yesterday with Mr. Swaggins in there. That was a fun one. That was a fun one.
Yeah, I tried turning. We actually had a busy day at the shop yesterday, so I tried watching like little bits and pieces, but I had someone come in that took my attention for about an hour and a half. So I got to watch the replay, and it was great.
I love Scott and all them. They're great dudes. I met him at Midwest in Toledo, and that was great to finally meet him. I talked to him on social media, YouTube, Instagram, all that stuff, and being able to actually talk to him in person was just awesome. Awesome.
Scott, I've not met in person, but I've known him for going on a year and a half now. Met him through Tony, actually. Tommy. So yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of freaking good people in this industry that I've finally, like, after talking to him on the internet and all that stuff through YouTube and Instagram and all the social medias, and then be able to talk to them in person, like finally being able to meet you at MVE was fucking amazing, because everybody and their mother was at MVE. It was insane how many people that I've actually talked to and all that stuff, and be able to actually meet all those people for the first time was just MVE was probably like the experience of a lifetime for me.
Oh, dude, I'd say the same thing. Like it was over too soon, and I wish that I could have like split myself up into multiple knees just to be able to like hang out with everybody at the same time.
There were so many great people there. Being able to be with all the Stooges, being able to hang out at the Stooge house, be able to stay at that creepy freaking Amityville horror style of house, feel like I'm going to get slaughtered every time I turn a corner. And of course, we made photo magic there with the spaghetti. I think it's still one of my favorite pictures of all time, to be honest.
It's one of my favorite photos, man.
Because it was glorious. And I know there's a couple of expos coming up soon. I know that I'm going to try to make it down to. Me and a couple of Stooges are going to be going down to Houston to go to Vape Showcase. Houston, which is, I guess, Houston's like their home show. So I'm really looking forward to that. Be hanging out with Stan, hanging out with Klowne. I know Mr. Swaggins is going to be there too. Swaggins and Daily Vape TV are going to be flying down at the same time, but I think they picked the wrong airport to fly in. I'm going to keep on giving them crap because me and Ao are going to be flying into one airport, and then Swags and Nick, which Nick is the one that booked the flight, picked the airport on the complete other side of Houston, which is like fucking crazy because driving through Houston, apparently from what Stan says, is like you can be driving 2 hours to get to the other side of fucking town. I'm like, oh, that's going to be glorious. So yeah, and then I think there's a lot of expos coming up. That's what I love about summer. It's just like the expos are all there, all over the place. That's what I like. But because I know then we got MVE that's going to New York, which Mr. Grim Green himself is being host of, which I'm really excited because I want to try to make it to that one. And wait, oh my god, yeah, Klowne set off a fucking nuke in the Stooge house bathroom. I don't know what that guy eats, if it's just like wicker swing sets and children, I don't know, but the foul stench that came out of there can fucking tear the varnish off a Foot Locker. And
wonder if that's what really set off the fire alarm then.
I'm guessing it probably did, I'm surprised nobody showed up with hazmat suits, because that shit was fucking insane. Like, you walk past that room, you're like, yep, I'm surprised my beard hair didn't singe off.
Ooh.
Yeah, it was gnarly. Very, very gnarly.
Well, thank you.
So yeah, we're kind of getting towards the end here, guys. Ken, is there any last minute things you wanted to promote? Anything's going on with your channel that you wanted to tear the varnish off a Foot Locker? Things are going on.
Well, I mean, I'm still doing reviews. I'm having to work with shortened time as far as reviews go, because for people who don't know, like, I used to be able to put out more reviews, and then we switched areas, and there's a restaurant two shops down that every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday night, which are times I'd usually be able to record reviews, blare music so loud it just comes straight through all the walls.
That's crazy.
You can hear it from 2 blocks away. It's like live bands. They shake and rattle the stuff off the shelves. It's ridiculous. So there's that. And then on my days off, I come here to do it. And now they're doing construction next door because somebody finally bought one of the spaces. So I'm having to deal with jackhammers during the day and live music during the night. So I'm doing reviews. It's just not a set schedule anymore at this point. It's just like, hey, I'm going to start it. I hear a jackhammer. I got to wait 5 hours later just to finish one sentence.
Is there any specific products that you have coming up for review that people should be looking out for?
Well, yeah. So I'm still waiting on the Brunhilde RTA.
Oh my god, I want one of those things so bad. Just because it's so ridiculous. But with the steel rods, people have told me that it actually works really, really well.
That's why I'm interested in it, because I'm looking at it going, okay, if I take the steel rods out, I could actually just turn it into RDTA. No problem.
You're just going to use an entire strip of cotton bacon just to stuff down those holes.
Yeah, pretty much. Just stuff it down there, just to all be good, you know?
Just stuffy.
Yeah, just stuffy. I got the Zeus X for review. I got the Owl Starter Kit. I have the Steam Crave Aromizer RTA, the Light RTA, which I know Jared just put out a review on. We got our stuff basically at the same time. I also have the Bonza Mech kit coming in. And something else that I can't talk about.
Ooh. We got some special stuff that we should be ready for.
Yeah.
Okay, that's definitely a teaser right there for you. So you make sure you tune in, go and subscribe to Mr. Vaping with Ken's channel. You're not going to want to miss what surprises he has for you. So keep an eye out for that. And before we go, guys, of course, this fucking industry is under so much... We have our back against the wall right now. It's bad. I mean, this week, my home state, Illinois, just introduced a statewide flavor ban. So I am in like full-blown panic mode because I know so many people in my area. I've made so many friends that are shop owners, work in brick and mortars, have e-liquid companies that are based out of this state. And knowing that if this shit goes through, how many people are going to be out of jobs? Thousands and thousands of people are going to be without jobs because of them wanting to put this flavor ban through. And this is when I realized myself that I never thought it would get so close to home. But knowing that it's in my fucking backyard now is a scary thing. It's a very, very scary thing. I know there's a good amount of shop owners that I know that I'm really good friends with that have actually gone down to Springfield and actually tried to go against this flavor ban. So big shout out to them. They're great. They're doing the right thing for this industry. I know if I could make the drive to go out down there myself, I would. But work says otherwise. So make sure you're doing your part. Fight for your right to fucking vape, because you could be thinking that you don't need to do advocacy because it's not affecting you right now, but then you could be in a situation like me to where suddenly out of fucking nowhere on a Wednesday afternoon, legislation freaking drops a flavor ban in your backyard, and you're going to be sitting there with your back against the wall like, oh shit, what the fuck do I do? I could have been going out of my way to let people know about the benefits of vaping, all the kind of stuff, and telling people why flavors save your life and why this is a life-saving industry, and then noticing that if you're not doing that, shit like this will happen. People will be forced to go by what the government says, and it's a scary thing. So you cannot stop fighting. Everybody out there that's a vapor right now needs to be advocating for their right to vape. It's just, it's a have to now. We have no other choice. We're with our back against the wall. This should have been done years ago. We should have been having this attitude years ago, but we didn't care about it. We need to start caring. It's number one priority now, guys. So make sure you're going to CASA, looking for what local things are happening with you. I'm gonna drop a link in chat right now for you guys that if you're ever wondering who your legislators are in your area statewide, all you have to do is drop your zip code in this link and it will tell you your state representatives. Go out there, write to them. If you have the opportunity, go to their office and request a visit. Tell them why vaping saved your life. Tell them if there's anything happening in your local area with a flavor ban or tax, wholesale tax or shop tax, anything like that. Tell them why you're against that bill, why you think that the overregulation is a bad thing, and remember that you guys are the ones that put them in office. If you can easily take them out of office. I don't want to say threaten them, but put it in their minds that if you don't go for if you're not for vaping, you're not gonna vote for them. And that's the main thing. Because what a lot of our legislators out there want is to stay in office, and the votes do that. So make sure you're going, writing your representatives, going to their social medias. I know a lot of them are active on Twitter. Go to their Twitters. Even send them articles that you see. Send them the article from the Royal College of Physicians. Send them that entire thing. I would love to see every legislator out there reading that, because apparently nobody understands that the Royal College of Physicians is like, look at what they did with smoking. Like 30 years ago, they had it out there that smoking kills you, and everybody turned a blind eye. But now, in the past 10 years, people are starting to come out like, oh, smoking's bad for you. When the Royal College of Physicians had that out there for 20 plus years already, and nobody even fucking listened to them. And now that they have this on vaping, it's the same exact thing. Same exact fucking thing. So, guys, we all have to do our part. There's no time to sit around and do nothing anymore because we can't. If we want this industry to be around for another 10, 20 years, we need to do something. We need to make our voices heard. Doesn't matter what kind of outlook you have, even if it's any kind of outlook, any kind of thing that you can do for the community and making sure this industry stays out there, because we're not in this for ourselves. We're in this to save the lives of people that have not even gotten into vaping yet. That's the most important thing, is we need to change. We need to keep this industry out there so we can save the lives of the people. And we need to, James says this all the time, that's a big thing that we need to do right now as well, is change the public perspective of vaping. We need to change the perception of what vaping is to the mass market, because with everything going out in the news right now, with like, oh, vaping has all these chemicals in there and all that kind of stuff, it's obscene, it's absurd, like with popcorn lung, of how that's been disproven and all that kind of stuff. And that's a main thing as well. So guys, we all got to do our part. I know I always say this all the time. I always feel like I'm rambling, but it needs to be imprinted into everybody's heads, because we have no fucking choice anymore, guys. Ken, you can definitely agree with me on this. I know you guys talk about it all the time with your live streams, Advocacy. I know you talk about Advocacy and all the stuff going on in your local area. I know you guys just had a bill that just went through that is going to screw up a lot of things now.
It already has.
Yeah.
We have shops already closing their doors.
So what's the bill look, because I know you work in a shop. What's the bill exactly?
So the bill that got passed was HB 1873. It's a floor tax. So best way to put it is it's a tax per mil. So it's 9 cents per mil for a tax. Now, before, generally speaking, you'd be able to get, a 100 to 120 mil bottle for about, $30, which is not too bad. That's mostly the going rate across the nation, except for some areas. But with this, now you're looking at an extra 10 to 11.50, basically, in taxes alone. And here's the kicker. And this is what really pisses me off. They said, oh, well, we're going to tax things like Juul, closed pod systems. They're taxing that too, but it's 27 cents per mil. But that's basically only an extra $2.
Yeah, because you think about it, the pods only holding the 2 mil capacity that they have, they're not getting taxed as much.
Yeah,
that's the crazy
and
thing.
Juul's like, I think even 1.7 or 1. Not even a full 2 mils.
Yeah.
And the problem with this is the bill that got put into place. This is a tax that shops have to pay, and it's retroactive. So come October, all the liquid that shops have on the shelves, they got to pay the tax for.
Mm-hmm. That's what the floor tax
is. It's not from October on, which October on, a lot of shops could get by with that, because that means everybody's raising their price.
Yeah.
But the fact that these shops have to retroactively pay for whatever is already on the shelf, you're talking anywhere between $10,000 to $20,000.
That's insane. Fucking insane. Because you think about it, guys. Let's say you walk into a brick and mortar and their wall, like they're a giant shop. They have hundreds and hundreds of different brands and everything, and so their shelves are full. And I'm just putting this in perspective for you guys. So they're stocked. Their shelves are stocked. Everything's there. This bill passes. So pretty much, they have to pay for each bottle that is on their shelves a percentage, like how he just said. I think it was like, how many cents per mil?
9 cents.
90 or 9?
9.
9 cents per mil. So you think you have hundreds and hundreds of companies on your shelves. You have each of them probably going between 30 mil to 120s. And per mil of those, add all that up and add all that money together. So pretty much the government is wanting you to pay extra money for stuff you already have in stock that you paid for already. So pretty much taking money that I would be surprised if any shop has, and if they're a chain where they have 4 or 5 shops, they have to do that for each shop. Who is going to be able to do that?
What really gets me with this bill is that they said, okay, so a lot of proceeds are going to go towards cancer research. Okay, so isn't that what cigarette tax was supposed to do? What happened to all the cigarette taxes, all the other taxes? But the other kicker is a portion of this is also going towards the governor's office.
Of course.
The governor who is running for president of the United States.
Of course.
Yeah.
Isn't that just a nice kick in the face, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, like, so let's take a look here. Just to give everybody a perspective. Quick math, very quick, dirty mental math. Transistor. They have 0s, 3s, 6, and 12.
12 and only specific. And they make 12 milligram and 5 flavors. So
right. So, and those are all 120 mils.
They have 60s and 120s.
Okay, so let's take a look at this. 5 flavors. Most stores, when they order, at least around here, when they order for the first time, or even just a restock, most stores carry 2 0 milligram. And this is the kicker. Doesn't matter if it has nicotine or not, they're still getting taxed. So 2 0 milligram, 8 3 milligram, 8 6 milligrams, and usually 2 12s. Because 12s they don't sell very much, but 6s and 3s sell quite a bit. So you're looking at 20 bottles right there, right? Well, let's take that 20, and we're going to multiply that by 5. All of a sudden, that's 100. We're going to take that 100, we're going to multiply that by 120 mils. So 100 bottles, 120 mils each, comes out to 12,000 mils. 12,000 mils multiplied by 9 cents, you're looking at $1,080 for 5 flavors to have a fully stocked shop for a week.
That's fucking insane.
Yeah.
That's literally like you're robbing the small businesses. That's pretty much what you're doing. You're robbing them of their profit. You're robbing them of being a business. In my mind, it's fucking unconstitutional. It really is. That's what I think. It's literally the government robbing you. That is some of the craziest shit I've ever fucking seen. I know Illinois had something where they were doing a crazy tax, like it was a 67% wholesale tax. And they were, in that bill, they wanted to do the floor tax as well. And I think that one was put on hold for a little bit. So hopefully with that there, Illinois can do that the same thing with the fucking flavor ban. Get that kaput, because I don't want that anywhere. I don't want any flavor ban anywhere. Because we all can agree, regulation is good, but it has to be reasonable. It can't be some of this nonsense that is beyond any comprehension. It really...
For everybody watching here, I'm sure a lot of your subscribers are also probably familiar with Eric, the vaping politician.
Yep.
He also helps run Phoenix Vapors. Phoenix Vapors is located in Olympia, Washington, my state. They're closing their doors.
Really?
Yeah.
Holy fuck.
A lot of shops. We're looking at most likely, same thing that happened in Pennsylvania, you know, the 40% over there in Pennsylvania. We're looking at about 80 to 85% of shops closing their doors. And the shops that will get by are the bigger chain shops that can afford this, because, I mean, you know, these shops are pulling in 40 to 50 to 60,000 per month. But the smaller shops that maybe only pull in 10,000 per month, maybe, they're not going to be able to keep their doors open unless they have their shelves look like a Kmart, you know, clearance aisle. And that's, I mean, all of a sudden here in Washington State, a lot of shops are going to go back to the old days of only doing 30 and 60 mils. That's what they got to do to stay alive. But I mean, somebody who's used to buying 120s can't buy 120s anymore because the shops don't stock them. And they go, oh, well, you know, I'm gonna buy online. For the websites that actually do follow the law, which a lot of them are following the laws now just to please the FDA, they're still going to get taxed exactly the same. And they're going to have to pay a shipping tax on top of it.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, there's some states you cannot even ship e-liquid into.
Vermont, I think it is. Was it
Yeah.
Vermont? I think, yeah. Where you
Yeah,
can't.
Vermont passed a 95% wholesale tax and banned online purchases.
Shit is hitting the fan, guys. We need to make our voices heard. And yeah, that's pretty much, with all the stuff going around right now, we can't sit around and fucking do nothing anymore. It's getting to the point where we're fighting a losing fight right now, and we need to do something to where we turn the tide. That's something out there needs to change. If it's the vapors need to do more, the companies need to do more, manufacturers, I doubt will do anything because the China market doesn't care. They're going to do their own thing. But people in this industry, the vapors in this industry, we need to do more. Because no matter, you need to have the mindset to where what you're doing right now, you think it may be enough, but there is also always that extra step you can take by either talking to people, talking to people that work at shops, get them to promote advocacy more, get them to have shows out there that talk about advocacy, like the TVs in their shops, have them play stuff from like the Reg Watch videos. Those videos are awesome. And he puts things in perspective on like a news standpoint of what is actually going on. Go watch NorCal Sick Boy. Go watch all these people who are doing shit for this industry that should be done. And everybody needs to give their undivided attention to what is actually going on. Because if you guys want to keep on vaping, the way things are going right now, a year from now, this industry won't even be a thing anymore. Put that in perspective. If you're looking from a year from this day, vaping might be completely done. Are you guys willing to stand for that? That's my question for you guys. And that's where I'm going to leave it, guys. Keep that thing in your head. So, where if vaping to this day was gone, what would you do? Would you be sitting there thinking, should I have done more? You can't have that mindset. You need to, instead of having, I should have done more, you need to do more. That's what I'm going to leave you guys with. I would like to thank Ken so much for coming on. I know you're a busy guy, so I appreciate you taking time out of your day to come hang out with me and talking with me, letting the chat know about a little bit more about your vaping story. So I really appreciate it. And I hear yelling in the background. Of course, hold on a second. Okay, we're good. That's what happens when you live at home. So, whatever. So, guys, thank you again for joining me. Ken, thank you again so much for joining me. And again, guys, keep an eye out. Wednesday, I'm going to have my next episode of What's the News, Poon Sauce. Going to get talking about some topics. And then next Saturday, I got my next episode of What's Your Story. You guys are not going to want to miss this one. This guy is an upcoming YouTuber, which I have high hopes for. And it's going to be a really fun time. And remember, guys, everybody has to do their part. So again, on that note, I'd like to thank everybody for watching. Make sure to hit that subscribe button. Hit that thumbs up. Also, go over to Mr. Vaping with Ken's channel. Do the same thing if you're haven't done that already. Go watch out his videos. He's a great dude, doing great things for this industry. Love the guy to death. And yeah, that's all I got for you guys. Have a good one, and
I love you too.
Just keep on vaping, guys. That's all we can do. So, see you guys later. Wait. Okay. Boom. End stream. I'm still talking.